Okay. So I did my research paper on how we can make buses better and more efficient for like today. So many Americans use buses in the US. I mean, depending on where you live, you use it a lot more. If you live in a city, you will use buses a lot more than if you live in like the country. And there's a preconception revolving around buses that like they are a gloomy place that what you will only use if like your car breaks down or if you can't afford to own a car. Making buses better will, I mean, there's many improvements that can be made upon buses that will benefit society. One is it will help the environment and it will help reduce the carbon footprint. And that is what my next section is about. So, buses can be a very effective way to fight climate change, along with a bunch of other public transportation. One way that buses can help fight climate change is to replace gas buses with electric buses. And so currently only about like 3% of buses in the US are electric, which there are a lot of buses in the US, so it's bigger than it sounds, but it can be improved upon. But this is also something that electric buses cost a lot of money, and they are replacing 97% of the buses in the US is just isn't feasible. So this is an effective way to fight climate change, but it's not as good as another way that I talk about in my next slide. I feel that the best way we can fight climate change with buses is to try to increase the usage of buses. And so on average, 20 buses run at 25% capacity, which is good, but it can definitely be a lot better. And if they even we even run at like 50% capacity, that will be significantly better for the climate than if that 50% were just driving cars every day. So, I mean, as you can see in the picture here, you have the same amount of people, and then on the left-hand side, they all fit into the one bus. On the right-hand side, they fit into like 50 cars. So one bus, one bus at full capacity is very, very fuel efficient compared to just driving your car everywhere and using your car. So the way that we have to get more people onto buses is to make them more attractive to a potential rider. So we have to do this by making buses faster. Like so you don't get in when you get in traffic, your bus will have like a bus only lane, which is being done in a lot of major cities right now. And then in Chicago right now, they're working on a plan to like give buses priority signals, make bus stops better, and just a bunch of stuff to make buses more attractive so they can get rid of cars in their city, have less cars in their city to make it A, function better as a city, less traffic, and B, the climate will hopefully help climate change. And making buses more attractive it'll be beneficial to cities because they will get more people buying public transport passes, and it will also, you know, just help the climate be better. And another way to make buses more attractive is to make them more efficient. And I feel like nowadays, the easiest way to make it more efficient is to use the most modern technology, which would be AI. AI in the past couple of years has increased exponentially in its usability. And like even like nowadays, AI videos are insane and they look super real. So what we can use AI with buses is we can integrate AI into like the programs that are currently manual but are like simple tasks, and we can use that to make buses more efficient, increase the speed of buses by if there's an accident, you reroute instantly instead of having to wait a bit. And I mean, it's just AI can do simple tasks that are done by manually by humans instantly and faster. So it will just make the process more streamlined, and it will just make the process much quicker than it currently is. This will also help cut down on costs because you are getting rid of human labor that is unnecessary and just make the process faster overall. So, all this boils down to my call to action. My call to action is that local governments and state governments, federal governments need to invest more in our public transportation system. We need to make it more efficient. We need to make it cheaper. We need to make it just more attractive to the normal person so that more people will use buses, which will bring in more revenue, which will help the climate, and just, make it better. Just make it better. People need to consider buses and public transport more than they currently do. I myself do not consider it very often, but I should. I should do it more. Like KSU has good bus systems that I should use. And then we need to just use the new technology when it becomes available. Like electric buses. We need to try to make more electric buses. We need to try to integrate new technology such as AI into our current bus systems and just make use new technology to make it more efficient and more attractive to new users of the bus. Okay, that was my presentation. All of the unsourced images were Creative Commons, so I should be good there, and I hope you have a great day.